Yo, gentle gamers. In my last video, we had a serious conversation about the current state of FC Mobile. Why so many players are frustrated, why creators are walking away, and why it feels like this game is slowly losing the community that made it special. And the response from you guys was absolutely insane. Thousands of comments, thousands of opinions, and one message was crystal clear. The community has had enough, but I don't want to be the kind of creator who only complains. If we truly love this game, then we should also be talking about how to fix it. Those of us who've been playing since the FIFA Mobile days know just how incredible this game can be. We're not asking EA for miracles. We're asking for a football game that rewards skill, respects our time, and actually listens to the people who play it every day. So today's video is bigger than just my opinion. This is the community's blueprint. I've gone through comments from my last video, EA forums, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, and feedback from creators to put together the biggest changes players have been asking for. These are 10 game-changing fixes EA needs to implement immediately, not just to make FC Mobile better, but to earn back the trust of the community. Let's get straight into it. Starting at number 10, fix pay-to-win mechanics and broken pack luck. EA needs to completely rethink the draft pack system and the game's pay-to-win mechanics. Right now, the balance between free-to-play and spenders is completely off. Free-to-play players can grind for weeks, save thousands of gems, and still walk away with almost nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, a spender can skip the grind entirely. I'm not saying spending money shouldn't give you an advantage, but it shouldn't feel like it's the only reliable way to progress. And then there's the biggest problem of all, the Pool A draft system. This has to be one of the most frustrating mechanics EA has ever introduced. Let's say you get lucky and pack a 118 OVR player after just 10 drafts. Great, right? Wrong, because the moment that happens, your entire Pool A refreshes, and all your progress towards the guaranteed reward disappears. Why? That makes absolutely no sense. Now compare that to someone who isn't lucky. They grind all the way to 70 drafts, only to receive the weakest 118 OVR player in the pool, and then everything resets anyway. I've seen players saying they've reached Pool A 3 different times, opened well over 200 drafts, and still ended up getting the worst possible rewards. That's not exciting, that's frustrating. Here's a simple solution. If a player gets lucky enough to pack a 118, 119, or even a 120 early, congratulations. That's their luck. Don't punish them by refreshing the entire pool. Let every player continue opening packs until they reach the guaranteed milestone. Whether that's 70 drafts, 100 drafts, or whatever EA decides. Then, once they reach that milestone, let them choose the guaranteed player they actually want. Everyone wins. Lucky players get rewarded for being lucky. Dedicated players get rewarded for their grind. And people finally feel like their time, their gems, and even their money are being respected instead of constantly being wasted. That's how you make people excited to open packs again, not by making them feel like the system is working against them. Coming in at number 9, fix the dead market and bring back supply. Right now, the market is a shadow of what it used to be. Players are sitting on billions of coins, yet they still can't buy the cards they actually want because there's simply no supply. What's the point of grinding coins if there's nobody selling the player you've been saving up for? I still remember the old days. I spent months making smart investments, flipping players, and eventually built up around 1 billion coins just to buy a 101 OVR Ronaldo. That journey was fun. The grind actually meant something. Buying your dream player felt like an achievement. But today, coins have lost so much of their value because the market barely moves. High OVR cards sit there forever. Some players can't even list certain cards because of bugs or restrictions. And when you finally pack a great player, there's a good chance they're untradeable anyway. That's not how a football game's economy should work. EA, the solution isn't complicated. Give us more tradable rewards, increase the supply of top players. Fix the listing bugs, and let the market function like a real market again. The transfer market shouldn't feel like a museum where everyone looks at players but nobody can buy them. It should be a living economy where smart trading, investing, and grinding actually pay off. Because for a lot of free-to-play players, building coins and finally buying that dream card wasn't just part of the game. It was actually the game. EA, please let trading be fun again. Coming in at number 8, Rework division rivals and season-end rewards. EA needs to completely rethink division rivals and event rewards. Right now, players spend hours grinding intense matches, fighting through lag, scripting, and tough opponents, only to reach the end of the journey and receive rewards that don't feel worth the effort. That's one of the fastest ways to kill a player's motivation. Grinding should feel rewarding. Instead, too many events feel repetitive, copy and paste, and almost identical to the last one. You log in, complete the same objectives, claim the same type of rewards, and wait for the next event to repeat the cycle all over again. Where's the excitement? Where's the reason to stay engaged every day? I'm sure you know better rewards aren't just good for the players, they're good for the game. When players feel like their time is being respected, they'll play more matches, stay active for longer, and actually look forward to logging in every day. And then there's division rivals. The weekly rewards are decent, but the end-of-season rewards should be something players are genuinely excited to chase. If someone spends an entire season grinding through the ranks, they deserve a reward that actually reflects that achievement. Make the season-end rewards feel special. Give us rewards that make us say, that grind was worth it. And while you're at it, make draft entries something active players can consistently earn through daily gameplay. Not something that feels heavily restricted. Reward the grind, respect the time, and give players a reason to keep coming back every single day. Coming in at number 7, implement a real anti-cheat system and eliminate hackers. EA, it's time to declare war on hackers. No competitive game can survive if honest players feel like cheaters are winning more than skilled players. Right now, hackers are ruining division rivals, especially in the higher ranks. You spend hours grinding your way to the leaderboard, only for someone to instantly disconnect you. The moment the match begins, or use exploits that completely ruin the game. There is no worse feeling than losing progress, not because you played badly, but because someone decided to cheat, and the most frustrating part? Reporting them often feels pointless. You submit a report, you receive an automated response, and then you run into the same hacker again a few games later. That shouldn't be happening. EA, we need a real anti-cheat system. We need faster investigations. We need permanent bans for repeat offenders. We need a reporting system that players can actually trust. And we need leaderboards that reward skill, not cheating, because right now, too many players look at the top of the rankings and question whether they're seeing the best players, or simply the best hackers. A competitive game is only as good as its competitive integrity. If players don't believe the competition is fair, they'll eventually stop competing altogether. Coming in at number 6, upgrade the servers and fix connection stability. EA, it's time to invest in your servers. This isn't some luxury feature the community is asking for. It's basic infrastructure. You can have the fastest Wi-Fi, the best fiber connection, even 5G, and you'll still experience heavy input delay, random lag spikes, high ping, or even disconnects that cost you an entire match, and that's the most frustrating part. Players are spending money to upgrade their squads, grinding for hours to climb division rivals, only to lose because the servers can't provide a stable competitive experience. That's unacceptable for a game that wants to be taken seriously. The experience also isn't equal for everyone, depending on where you live. Some players are forced to deal with consistently higher ping simply because of the current server setup. No one should be at a disadvantage before the match has even kicked off. Then there are those moments every H player knows too well the match is tied. It's the 90th minute. You're about to play the winning pass, and suddenly, the game freezes, your ping turns red, everything starts lagging. By the time the connection stabilizes, you've either conceded a goal or missed the biggest chance of the match. Moments like that don't just cost us games. They destroy the competitive experience. EA, take a portion of the money you're making from packs and reinvest it into the foundation of your game. Upgrade the servers, expand regional server coverage. Give players the option to choose the best server for their location. And make connection quality a priority, not an afterthought, because no matter how good the gameplay is, if the servers aren't reliable, the game will never feel fair. Coming in at number 5, remove heavy AI defensive assistance and reward manual skill. This is probably the most controversial point in this entire video. EA, it's time to stop playing the game for us. One of the biggest reasons FC Mobile feels frustrating today is because there's simply too much AI assistance. Especially on defense, the game constantly overrides your decisions. You try to manually position your defender, the AI pulls him somewhere else. You try to hold your defensive line, one defender suddenly rushes out on his own and leaves a huge gap behind. Sometimes your defender even makes a tackle without you pressing the tackle button. So let me ask, if the AI is making the decisions, what's the point of me holding the phone? This completely destroys the skill gap. A player who spends hours mastering manual defending should be rewarded for that effort, not have the AI interfere with every decision they make. And what's even more confusing is that even when you switch your settings to manual defending, the game still injects automatic defensive actions. That defeats the whole purpose of calling it manual. Manual should mean manual. If I make a mistake, let me get punished for it. If I read the play perfectly, reward me for it. That's how competitive games work. And for players who prefer AI assistance, that's perfectly fine. Give them the option to use auto-defending, but don't force automatic defending on everyone, especially those who deliberately chose manual mode because they want complete control over their players. Football is a game of skill. FC Mobile should reward the better player, not the better AI. Coming in at number 4, restore fair, skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, this one is just common sense. Bring back fair matchmaking. One of the quickest ways to frustrate players is by putting them into matches they never realistically had a chance of winning in the first place. Right now, it's not uncommon to see players with fewer than 10 stars. Being matched against players sitting at 50 stars or more, how is that fair? How is that supposed to be competitive? Surely there are enough players at the higher ranks to match them against each other, instead of constantly throwing lower-ranked players into impossible games. And this problem becomes even worse in VSA, a massive gap in OVR stars. And overall squad quality can completely decide the outcome before the match has even started. At that point, it stops being a contest of skill and becomes a contest of who has the stronger team. That isn't fun for the winner, and it's definitely not fun for the loser. Competitive modes should feel competitive. Players should win because they played better, not because the matchmaking handed one side an overwhelming advantage before kickoff. EA make matchmaking smarter, prioritize players with similar start counts, similar progress, and whenever possible, similar squad strength. Let every match feel earned. Because when players load into a game believing they actually have a fair chance to win, the entire experience becomes more enjoyable. Coming in at number 3, and the endless card obsolescence cycle. EA stop making our hard-earned teams feel outdated every few weeks. One of the biggest reasons players lose motivation is because every time we finally build the squad we've been working towards, another promo arrives, and suddenly it feels like we have to start all over again. We spend weeks grinding events, saving gems, or even spending real money, just to finally get that dream player. And before we can truly enjoy using them, a new batch of cards arrives and the previous ones feel left behind. That's exhausting. Players shouldn't feel like they're running on a treadmill that never ends. When someone finally earns an elite player, they should be able to enjoy that card for months, not feel pressured to replace it almost immediately just to remain competitive. That's how you create burnout. People stop getting excited about new cards because they already know what's coming next. Another promo, another grind, another restart. Instead of constantly making players feel like they have to chase the newest release, focus on making existing squads remain competitive for longer. Let players build a team they're proud of. Let us create memories with our favorite cards. And let progression feel meaningful instead of temporary. When players invest their time, their coins, their gems, or even their money into building a squad, that investment should feel respected, not disposable. Coming in at number 2, introduce PlayStyle Customization and make it F2P friendly. This is honestly one of the best features you've added to FC Mobile. Playstyles make players feel unique and completely change how they perform on the pitch. But there's one huge problem: they're permanently locked. Imagine finally packing one of your favorite players. The OVR is amazing, the stats are incredible. But then you realize he has the wrong playstyle for your squad. Suddenly, a player you've been grinding weeks to get ends up sitting on the bench. Not because he's bad, but because you're stuck with a playstyle that doesn't fit the way you play. That shouldn't happen. Squad building is supposed to be about creativity and freedom. Instead, it feels unnecessarily restrictive. Meanwhile, players who spend more money can simply chase another version of that same player with a better playstyle, while free-to-play players have no realistic way to adapt the card they've already earned. Here's a simple solution. Give us the ability to change a player's playstyle. Not for free. Make us earn it. Let us grind for it. Charge a reasonable amount of gems, FC points, or any in-game currency that players can work toward over time. If someone wants to spend money to unlock it faster, that's their choice. But free-to-play players should also have a path to earn it through dedication and consistent grinding. That one feature would completely transform squad building. Instead of replacing our favorite players every time a better version is released, we could invest in the cards we already own and build teams that truly reflect our own style of football. Give us that freedom, because the best Ultimate Team is not the one EA builds for us. It's the one we build ourselves. And finally, the number one change FC Mobile desperately needs. Fix the core gameplay, because without great gameplay, nothing else on this list matters. EA can deny scripting, dynamic difficulty adjustment, or whatever name you want to give it. But one thing is undeniable. The community is tired of matches that feel inconsistent and out of our control. One game your team plays like world champions. The very next game, the same players suddenly forget how to pass, how to control the ball, or even how to make simple runs. Midfielders with elite passing stats can't complete a 5-yard pass. Players take heavy first touches for no reason. Perfectly timed power shots fly into the stands. Goalkeepers with high OVR and premium playstyles stand there and watch slow shots roll past them. You finally win a clean tackle, only for the ball to bounce straight back to your opponent for an easy goal. Moments like these don't make players feel outplayed, they make players feel powerless. Football is supposed to reward decision-making, timing, positioning, skill, not moments that leave players questioning whether their inputs even mattered. Yeah, you can release 130 OVR cards, you can give us beautiful graphics, you can add incredible card designs, flashy animations, and exciting new events, but none of it matters. Because gameplay is the foundation of everything. If the gameplay isn't fun, the events won't save the game, the cards won't save the game, the packs won't save the game. Nothing will. So before you give us another event, before you sell us another pack, before you release another overpowered card, fix the one thing every football game is built on: the gameplay. Because if you get that right, everything else becomes easier. And if you don't, none of it will matter. Before we end this video, there's one final thing the community has been asking for: better communication and transparency. Yeah, one of the biggest reasons players lose trust isn't just because of bugs or gameplay issues. It's because we feel ignored. Every time the community raises serious concerns, it feels like the response is always the same. Players complain. EA drops a few free shards, maybe a few free draft. Everyone gets distracted for a few days, and then we're right back to complaining about the exact same problems. That's not communication, that's damage control. We don't want another apology reward. We don't want another free pack. We want honesty. Tell us what you're working on. Tell us what you've heard from the community. Tell us which issues you're investigating. And if something can't be fixed immediately, just tell us. Players are far more patient when they know they're actually being heard. Imagine opening the patch notes and reading, "This feature was added because the community asked for it." Or, "We fixed this bug because of your feedback." That one sentence would rebuild more trust than 1,000 free shards ever could. Give us reasons to play because we enjoy football, not just because a new promo started. Dear EA, nobody in this community is asking for a perfect game. We're asking for a football game that rewards skill, respects our time, and gives us a reason to fall in love with FC Mobile again. Start with the gameplay, listen to your players, be transparent, and take one step at a time. Because if you truly start listening, I genuinely believe this game can become great again. Now, I want to hear from all of you. This video isn't just my opinion, it's the community's opinion. If there's a feature, a bug, a gameplay issue, or an idea that I didn't mention, leave it in the comments. Let's turn this comment section into one giant wish list that EA can't ignore. And if you believe FC Mobile deserves better, subscribe to the channel. Not because we're here to hate the game, but because we're here to fight for the game we all fell in love with. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's save FC Mobile.